guys, welcome back to Exhale the podcast. I'm Shireen and this is Kira, if you don't already know. It's our first episode of 2022, so Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guys. We're late, but better
Yeah,
late than never.
I'm telling you, we're so late, but yeah, Happy New Year. And we thought today we would kind of do things a bit different. Normally we come up with the topics by ourselves, but we thought, well, Kira thought. I think it was you that thought, innit?
I think it was you.
me?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, it definitely was me. Sorry.
It was
well,
you, sis.
but then we agreed. Should I say we agreed to ask you guys what we should talk about this time, considering that it's our first episode of 2022 as well. We just wanted to switch up a bit. So here we are, and basically the topic that was chosen was basically the pressures that UK black men, or not even black men, should we say?
The reason why we're saying men, because that actual topic was, no, our question was directed to the male. We said it was directed to male only. So we got male responses. Majority of it was male responses. Someone responded saying women money shaming men in black culture. So I thought that was quite a good topic to cover.
Yeah. So we basically rounded it up to the pressures of, maybe not UK black men, I shouldn't say that. Maybe of the pressures of men in the UK.
Okay, yeah.
We can kind of round that up.
Of course, yeah.
So that's basically the vibe that we're going to go off of. Yeah, exactly. That's why I said black, but yeah. That's the vibe that we're going to go off. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you want to kick it off?
Let's get into it. So, you guys know already I'm going to play the devil's advocate and say the pressures of being a not necessarily black, but female in the UK, because it's very stressful. It can be very
it's stressful. Very hard. It's challenging. You know
it
what?
Is, especially in our age range right now.
Say that,
between a certain, I don't know where it starts off at, but I swear, I don't know if it's 19 or 18, but upwards, it's stressful for females. Just the stuff, the pressures that's going on right now. There's a lot of stuff that we have to deal with. Well, the same with male, but let's get to the topic first.
Yes, this is more on the female side. And I'm more of
I'm a bit of both, but I'm telling you, I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
She is. And so am I. So am I to a certain extent. But I do understand where the pressures of men, especially in the UK, because that's all I can really talk for. That's where the pressures for men in the UK are coming from.
It's the fluff on this top for me. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
But so how? What would we say when they say pressure on black males? Okay, let's just say pressure on the male in the UK. The first thing that comes into my mind, you know what,
money.
Would be money, for sure.
Oh yeah, of course.
For sure.
Of course,
there is a certain I wouldn't say would you say it's a stigma?
I wouldn't even call it a stigma.
There's a certain expectation.
Yeah, which is heavily influenced by social media.
Yes, for sure.
Very, very heavily influenced. And especially I wouldn't say, I feel like our generation kind of just kind of missed that.
Missed it.
Just
there's a lot of them that's still full of it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Because there's, of course, there's still a lot of people that's our age.
For sure.
That, if you guys didn't know, we're around the age of 25. So there's still people that's in our age range that are still very heavily influenced by social media and whatever. But there's a few people that's just boy, I don't care. Yeah. Let's do this old school. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I get you.
But the generation below us, yeah, I feel like that generation...
I was going to say you guys are lost, but in the nicest way possible. I mean... It's very, guys, it's I wouldn't say lost, but it's very challenging. I don't know. That's the best word I can use, because nowadays it's getting even worse. Like what was reading earlier on, when the guy said something about you can't even... you have to have a certain amount to take a girl on a first date.
Yeah, so I was reading something. I was literally showing it to Kira 2 seconds ago. When we was on our way here. It was, I can't remember exactly who it was, on the Shade Borough. And basically he was saying, in a nutshell, he was basically saying you can't win as a male in the UK. But and I feel like that's simply because people think that relationship goals should look like Durkio and India.
That's because everybody's comparing it to the American lifestyle or the US lifestyle. Durkio and India,
Cardi B and Offset. And my thing is, yes, it's their reality, but what you need to understand is that they're rappers, they're artists, they're whatever. Do you know what I mean? So it's you can't now expect your boyfriend who works in
Sainsbury's. The
Or
reason why I'm
what-
saying Sainsbury's, just say a 9
Just
to 5.
or
Just a normal average.
like no, because you know what, some 9 to 5s do pay well, but you
depending
can't,
on depending on your salary.
depending on your
Let's say
salary.
that.
So you can't expect your guy who's maybe earning like 30k a year,
literally,
to be bringing you what Little Dirk does for India. It's, to me, I don't
what you mean. It's a bit
it.
mind-blowing.
It's ridiculous. No, it's not even. I feel like, is it mental health? Like, that's what I actually start to think. Is it actually mental health? No,
Shireen, but the thing, okay, I know what you mean. I get it, what you mean. How can you expect it? But they're not thinking like that. These girls are not thinking. Devil's advocate. These girls are not thinking in their head. Not adding up his salary, but thinking, he don't make enough money. They're thinking he's got enough money to have a car. He's got enough money to have this. He's got enough. Do you know what I mean? That's what's going on in their head. So they're like, you know what? He can afford it to buy it for me.
I understand.
It's just surface level. They're not.
I understand that.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
Of course, to a certain extent. But I'm telling you, that's
like,
what they're thinking.
In the beginning, you asked this guy, what do you do?
For a living.
I'm not saying that you're going to be in his bank balance, but you have a rough estimate of how much he kind of makes. Do you know what I mean?
So when you say this though, okay, a guy that's earning a certain amount though, we're not excusing them for. Well, of course we're not excusing them from doing certain stuff for their girlfriend. But
No,
what is the
not.
Okay, what should we say? What's the limit? What's the?
But it's okay. So for me personally,
What would you think? Like
your first date, you should not be expected to be taken to Nobu and have a whole 175 roses and followed by some Pandora. Like, you shouldn't be expected that for the first
you shouldn't.
date.
No, of course not. You
can't.
shouldn't.
But then a lot of these girls do. But just because he took you to a bar, he's broke. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, no, that's ridiculous. Now,
No,
I think that's
what
ridiculous.
people
But
do.
there is a thing that I believe in called balance, right?
Yeah, of course.
Right, cool.
And I believe in balance too.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
We're not gonna stick to carry on taking us to this spot. We have to change it up a bit. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Of course.
Of course, we can't go in there expecting to be, you do expect to be swept off your feet because you want this. We both kind of want what's
of course.
happening.
That's why we're on a date.
But we have to be realistic, guys. Like you said earlier on, if you're talking to a guy that's earning a certain amount or whatnot, let's be realistic. I know you would want it to happen, but
it's just not going
to happen. Like what you
not
see,
straight away anyway.
No, especially not like to a certain extent. Let's be serious. Of course, if they want you, they're gonna spoil you. They're gonna do what they can. That's the words. They're gonna do what they can.
Exactly.
And even for me, sometimes it's hard for me to understand that they're gonna do what they can. No, honestly, it's hard for me to understand that. But it's like, how do I explain it? If somebody likes you, they will do what they can, and if it doesn't, they will. Yeah,
I understand that.
How to explain it, and if that's not enough, I feel like if that's just not enough, then that's not the person for you. There's just only so much.
If you don't like it personally,
if it's not enough for you,
then it's not enough for you.
It's just not the person for you. It's just
which I understand.
On to the next one, and if you're gonna move on to the next one, don't find someone. Not to be funny, let's not find someone on the same caliber, thinking that you're gonna expect something totally different. You're gonna get. Let's be serious.
Of course. Well, because if you're looking in the same environment, you're gonna get the same thing out. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's another thing where kind of girls go wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They will be like, oh well, I don't wanna be with a man who's, I don't know. What? It could be anything. It could be, oh, I don't want to be with a roadman. I don't like roadmen. Blah 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 blah. But you're going to the most. I don't want to be stereotypical.
The places that.
But it's like,
that's the type of people you're gonna attract.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've heard, I've personally, especially because of my place of work, there would be girls that come in there that have, to me, like a 9 to 5. They earn good money. I'm not saying they're rich, but they do well for themselves.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to be with a roadman. Blah 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 blah. Okay. But you're looking in
the wrong places.
Yeah.
I get you.
Because it's like, you will say that, and then it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to be with a roadman, but I met this guy like on the street corner. So it's like, do you know what I mean?
I get what you're trying to say. Like,
you got to give and take. You can't now be upset with that guy because he's a road guy.
Yeah.
You went to go and look for...
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's where you look.
Yeah.
That's where you look. So you can't be upset with him.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing.
And a lot of girls are like that.
Yeah.
You would look in the same circle.
Same circle. And
it's not making sense.
We're all, I feel like at some point we can all be a bit guilty of that. 100%. You will look in the same place and expect different results. That's ridiculous.
And it's just not going to happen. But it's very rarely.
Very highly unlikely that's going to happen. Let's be serious, because like when you think about it, if you want to attract a certain type of person and you feel like it's not happening here, you definitely have to go look somewhere else. Like if you want to look for a guy that's going to do what bloody Dirk does for India, or I'm just giving you an example, guys, or what you see Offset do for Cardi, you got to go look in that kind of genre. You go in the industry. Go in that caliber.
Look in the industry.
Go look for artists or something.
Like you can't expect everyone to just be like that because you saw it on Instagram.
No, of course
That's
not.
why I say, is it mental health that some of these girls have?
No, it's just expectations.
But you can't expect that from any Tom, Dick and Harry, because not every Tom, Dick and Harry is a multi-millionaire rapper. And you know what? A lot of these girls do forget. It kind of reminds me of Remy Ma and Papoose. A lot of these couples, especially the rappers, their girls was with them when they had nothing.
That's the thing. But a lot because a lot of them don't see that though, really. A lot of them don't see that part. So that's why... Because a lot of them will parade that.
You know why? Because about, my girl was there with me from the beginning. None of these girls are real ride or dies.
Of course.
None of them. Because it's like, you just want the glitz and the glamour. What about riding? What about the riding? You don't want to ride. You don't want to be with him when he's
down.
When he's in the process of starting his career. You just want to be there at the peak of it. And it just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for anyone. And this is what some of girls don't understand. And that's why I said I kind of get the pressures that the men have to go through.
I get that.
I completely do get it.
I do get it. I very much, let me use the word empathize. I don't sympathize, but I empathize because I do get it totally.
I do.
It's hard, but then I'm like, I don't know, the way I think about it is like, I don't know, it's being a man. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like,
I understand. Men are the breadwinners.
They are.
I understand that.
It's just what society is like giving us. Like, it's just the tradition. Like, that's how we see stuff. So it's in a way, you can't be shocked at some girls when they look at it like, well, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that, because some of them that's all they know. Does that make sense? But it's like, it depends on the extent that you're like bringing the conversation to. So like, if you're used to a certain type of, if you see your mum and dad in a certain way, they're together for a while or whatnot. I don't know. I'm trying to get the right stuff out. It's just like, if you're used to something, then how do you get out of that?
I get what you're saying.
How do
you know what it is?
For some people, it's hard to get out of that type of,
do you know
mindset.
what it is? I understand that certain people have seen their parents, like, for example, if someone's seen their parents, I don't know, married, very financially stable, together, treated my mum like a princess, whatever. I completely understand that. That's how you've grown. However, as you grow, you mature and you understand certain things, and you definitely understand that becoming financially stable to the point where you are in the 40% tax bracket is not going to happen like that. You understand that.
Of course.
Because for a lot of the girls, they ain't even touched. They're not even seeing that.
Of course not.
Do you get what I'm saying?
When you're in this... Okay, go on. I don't want to cut you.
So, this is what I'm trying to say. So, it's like, as you mature, you understand it takes time.
Yeah,
and I'm not being funny. A lot of these girls, they'll be like, oh, well, my dad done this and my dad... And it's like, well, then just go and marry your dad then.
No, I know, go and marry your dad then. But
marry your dad then.
I know, but I get it. Because it's just like, if that's what I've seen, then that's what I'm used to. If I find a guy and that is not what... Like, we've tried and obviously it's not happening... It's all right to feel like, let's go search for better, because that's all I'm used to. That's all it. I'm not saying guys. I'm just saying that's all they are used to. I
understand that that's what they're used to, but it's like...
It's just not your type of girl.
No, but it starts somewhere, because you're mature now. You're an adult now.
Of course.
So you understand that making money, it doesn't just go like that. It just doesn't. Everybody knows that. It just doesn't. From whether it be from looking at it to the in a perspective where, you know, he started uni, he's gone from uni to a graduate's job, he's left that job, he's gone somewhere higher and higher and higher, and now he's, I don't know, a director of something.
Yeah.
It doesn't just happen like that.
Of course not.
Even if he's a drug dealer, yeah, he could be the most successful drug dealer, but at one stage he was starting by reading up with a Q.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying? It don't happen just like that. And that's what girls, especially girls in the UK, it's like they forget that everybody has a starting point.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Everybody starts somewhere.
I don't think we forget that everyone has a starting point.
Nah,
well, some people do. Actually, some people
forget.
do, but me personally, I don't forget that like everyone has a starting point. It's just like, it's a matter of where is your starting point? Like, everyone's starting point is different. I get that. But it's just like, no, when I say where is your starting point, like, for everybody, it's different. Like, your age group is different. But it's, for me personally, it's hard for a girl to see with a guy, like, how do I explain it? To see with a guy that's like at a certain age and you're just not doing anything with yourself.
I understand that.
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So it's like, where's your starting point? Was it 10 years ago? Was your starting point? Is your starting point now? No, in the nicest way possible. I completely understand that. How long should I sit here waiting for?
No, I get that.
Devil's advocate, guys. But how long should a person sit there waiting? You know what I mean? Thinking, okay, it's only gonna get better.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
That's my part. That's what I was really trying to get at, guys.
It's like, true, but do you know what? It's like, some people, you know, will start at 18 and make it at 19.
Yeah.
Some people start at 18 and make it at 28. Yeah. Some people will start at 28.
Of course.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Make it at different times,
exactly.
Yeah. It's just if you're willing to...
Some people might start today and make it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just feel like,
as long as
you see... Me personally, yeah, as long as I see that you have drive and ambition and you have like plan of where you want your life to go and you're doing something about it, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You're doing something about it. You're not just saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, and you're sitting on your bum doing nothing. Then I feel like then how are you gonna get there?
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? You can't just expect your opportunity to fall out the sky.
No, I get you.
Do you know what I'm saying? I just feel like as long as you are doing something to work towards what you want, then I'm supporting you. Do you know what I mean? If we're doing this together, we're doing this. Because you've told me from the jump as well, like, you know, this is what I want to do, blah, 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 blah. You might not be there now, but I'm all for it. I will support you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you're working towards it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I get
That's a bit of me.
Showing some action with your talk. I feel you. And then I think another reason why it's harder for, like, guys in the UK... I won't even say in the UK, guys in general, it's just like what you show. The type of lifestyle not even lifestyle, but what you're portraying to people. Yeah. It's going to be hard for you. Like, you're showing me something and then you're saying another when it comes to, you know, a relationship or whatever. It's going to be hard because we're expecting you to have that type of lifestyle all the time. Exactly. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
And that's why
don't feel like, for an example, don't be posting... I don't know, God knows what, money or shoes or whatever, feeling like I'm going to think you're broke. No, because you've just posted up. So how many pairs or 2 pairs or a pair of whatever, those are expensive as far as a girl is concerned or whoever you're interested in is concerned. So they're going to look at it like, okay, so you can afford to do that, but you can't afford to do this kind of thing. It's like...
Yeah, no, of course. But then it just goes back to it, and we've done an episode on this
similar
before.
to it. Yeah.
It just goes back to... is the way you carry yourself important? And yes, it is. Not just by
to everyone,
the interior, but just the things that you're showing.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you do see a guy that he's very flamboyant, he's very, you know, big car, nice clothes, all designer, blah,
girls,
blah, blah.
What do you think
automatically
what is it? Yeah.
Gonna think, oh, well, this guy has money. I'm gonna automatically think that because that's what you're showing it to me. And it's not even like you're showing it like on a hush-hush. You're shouting it in my face. Do you know what I mean?
Don't be doing it all loud.
I'm gonna automatically think that. So if I was to, you know, in my head, you've got a nice house too, you must. If you have like all of these things, you know what I mean?
And that's the craziest
Instagram,
things.
you're flying out every 2 minutes. Snapchat, you're doing this every 2 minutes. Your lifestyle looks very expensive. You don't buy nothing cheap and whatever. I'm just automatically gonna think, you know,
That's the
I'm
sad
not gonna
thing.
think like when I
That
go
this
to your
guy's
house,
broke.
I'm gonna be seeing a
Disappointed.
box room, single bed, 1 spoon,
Wait.
sour milk.
Can you stop,
and a
guys?
box
She made me
juice.
laugh 'cause-
I'm not gonna expect that.
Okay, really?
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Guys, hold on. This is funny because we was actually having a conversation
Sorry.
about this before.
Not expecting
just before
it.
we started filming, and that some people will live like that. Some people are like that's the type of lifestyle that they live in. So you can't blame a girl for thinking, oh, I want this though, but I want that. Like,
Yeah.
buy me this kind of bracelet, buy me that. Because if you can buy it for yourself, then you can surely afford it.
I understand
that's
that.
how, of course,
Those
that's
type
how
of
some
guys
people look
do
at
it
it.
to themselves.
You do it to yourself.
Yeah,
You can
they
surely
do.
afford it. So
It's true.
that's how a girl will look at a situation. And another thing is like, if you feel like, for the guys that feel like they cannot afford a certain lifestyle, like that these girls are looking for, or that these girls are looking for, then just don't go look for them
Don't
kind of
live
girls.
it.
And don't try
Don't
and find
portray
girls.
it.
Yeah, and don't try and find girls that are not in your caliber either.
It's true.
Like, don't find a girl that is doing up Kim Kardashian status or doing up, I don't know,
Whatever it may
just
be.
you know, like doing her thing basically. It's a
like
bit of
high
herself.
standards.
Yeah, like high standards, and then you're, you know what I mean, down here, you guys are not matching up, and then you just don't do it because you're gonna. I just don't feel like that's gonna
where
last
the depression comes in.
It's not gonna last long because then now you're gonna feel like, and a lot of guys I feel like struggle with feeling like they're very. That they're more of the what would you call it, like the weaker one, because of,
100%,
you know what I mean, because
100%.
especially when it comes
It's
to
true.
what's the word though, it's right on the tip of my tongue, especially when a girl intimidated for sure, especially when a girl is earning a certain amount or whatnot, but it's
Yeah,
just like
facts.
don't go over that side because I just don't feel like it's gonna end well.
It's true because I'm not gonna lie. If everybody lived within their means, everybody
think
would be
everything
so
will be
much
so good,
happier.
right?
Everything will be so much.
It
Everybody
would,
would be
it
so much
would.
happier if everybody.
But it's
lived
hard
in
for
their
me.
means.
It's hard for me to say that us girls are gonna live in our means because you know how some girls are. Especially, and the craziest thing is, like you said, living in today's society, it's hard to say, okay, I'm gonna live within my means. You know when you see something, especially having Instagram, having all of this crap nowadays. When you see something, it's so hard to be like, oh, it's hard to say that you don't want it. It's especially when you see a couple. You want that type of, you want this, you know what I mean?
I understand
I don't know,
that.
like
I get
everyone's
that.
different. When they see
get
stuff,
that.
they want it kind of thing. So
I mean,
you see every day it's in your
nice.
face. It's nice, of
nice.
course, but not
I
everybody
understand that.
thinks like how we think. Oh, it's nice, but it's not like so easy. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Some people think it's nice. I want it now. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get it.
true.
If I don't get it, then you know, on to the next one. On to the next. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But then it's like, I'm not being funny. You can't be, if you're a girl like that.
Some people are like
you
that.
like, I mean, if you are a girl like that, you can't be living in the box room in your parents' house thinking, I
sure
want
not.
this guy
Of
to do,
course not.
and you can't even buy like all these things that you're expecting. You can't even buy it twice. My thing is, you see, if I can't buy it twice, I'm not buying it. That's it.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you.
me. If I can't buy it twice, me personally, I'm not getting it.
No,
and
I get you.
and it's like, I'm like, when it comes to date, I've never actually been on a date. It's kind of embarrassing. But
Hold on, no, really, you've
I've
never actually
been on
told
a
me
date.
that.
No, I've never been on a date before. I've never been on a date, but I've always said to myself, if I was to ever go on a date, if I can't pay for the bill myself, I'm not going to be choosing all these big fancy.
Crazy
yeah,
stuff.
I'm not.
I get what you mean, but
I'm
I
not.
just choose whatever at this point.
No,
I can't.
I just can't.
Thinking. I'm
unless they tell me like, no, like go, like choose what you want.
No.
Then alright, cool.
No,
But
that's where. Yeah, that's the
no,
part where
sorry,
we're different.
because my thing
I
is,
get what you're trying to say. You want to be able to afford. Of course, you're going to be able to. But I'm not going to go and look at the most cheapest thing on the menu. And then I'm not looking through the prices like, oh my god, I'm not going to get that. I'm not going to get that. No, because if I take somebody out, I'm taking them out, and I'm not expecting you to look at if that one's £15 or if it's 10 or if I can afford it. No, because I said I'm going to take you out somewhere. No, that's how I think of stuff. So
I understand that.
And because I know I'm not a piss taker at the same time. Do you know what I mean? I know I don't take the piss.
But then that's different. This is my.
Everybody's different.
But this is a bit. That's
Everyone's
what I'm
different,
saying.
yeah.
That's a bit of me. I'm not gonna take the piss. That's exactly what I mean. When I say that, like, if I can't buy it, then I wouldn't expect you to buy it. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's me not taking the piss.
Okay.
That's exactly what I mean. Kitsy's like,
because I'm just like, if I can buy it, you can buy it.
That's how I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that's
no,
how
I
I'm
get
thinking.
you.
If I can buy it, you can buy it.
You can buy it.
You know
But
what I mean?
there's
But
nothing.
it's like,
Come on, let's be serious. What kind of restaurant could you be possibly taking me to
but it's
that
like,
I couldn't purchase a meal on the no? Like, what is how much is the meal
I'm not
gonna
be like, for example, if someone says, "Oh, I want to take you out," I'm not going to be like, yeah, okay then, and go to the most expensive restaurant ever.
Okay, yeah, all right.
But girls would.
I get you. Okay, it just depends on... No, it just depends. I think like it just depends on what... Are you doing... All right, girls,
and
are you doing it on...
pressures come from.
Wait, is it a pressure because you are seeing it, like, on Instagram and stuff, and you're seeing the girls post up in Nobu? Or is it because you actually like their food and stuff and you want to go there? Because I want to know at this point. Is it because you're seeing that, like, Nobu and all of these places are the more high-end places that to go and eat and stuff? Is it because of that factor, or is it because of the factor that you actually like this place? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because I don't understand why you would... That's silly to me. Why would you want to go somewhere that you actually don't like?
But this is what I'm saying.
Because it's high end.
But it's where the pressures come from.
It's stupid.
Because a lot of guys... Like, okay, I can't say every guy, but a lot of guys, especially maybe like a bit of our generation and under, not so much the older ones, because I think the older generation gives a toss about being in girls' group chats and all of these things.
What group? What do you mean?
You'd be surprised. I've been around guys and it's like, raw, like, do you think I'll go in our group chat if I take her this place? You'll be surprised.
Do you think what? Sorry?
What?
I can say it again. Go back.
Like,
do you think what?
Do you think I'll be in her girls' group chat?
What?
If I take... You'll be surprised. This is what I'm saying. Men go through pressures that we don't even know. This is what I'm saying.
I just think that's ridiculous. How old are you?
You'll be surprised. No, you will be surprised.
Okay, I get you.
I have male friends that's older than me as well.
But in her... Like, why would you even think about that?
No, but they do. And I'm telling you, it's the pressures that men go through. This is what I'm saying. See, you're like, what? Like, you'll be surprised. Men go through things.
Whoa, it's the pressures that we go through, okay?
It's like, no, but...
Go on.
It's like, I completely understand why a lot of the men, especially from the UK, get frustrated. Because it's like, it's true. It's like they can't win. They take you one place and it's like, oh, he took me to this place, but did you see his shoes? Or it's like...
Yeah, because did you see his shoes, though?
No,
Take me out and dress appropriate.
I understand it, but it's like...
No, I understand. No, all right. And another thing. Now, like, there's a lot of excuses. Okay, we're stating little, like, wouldn't say facts, but little pointers. But there is a lot of excuses for these guys in the UK. And I get that, obviously, we compare it to... The first place we compare it to is the US. I get that we compare it to the US, and a lot of people in the US, like... Their lifestyle was totally different. I feel like it's fast money up there. I don't know what it is in the waters up there, but I just feel like it's totally different.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. But my point... Okay, I've lost what I was just going to say now. But... honestly. But what was I going to say? My point was... No, that's bad.
Do you know why? It's because it's not valid.
It's important. No, it's valid. I'm going back to it. No, I'm going to go back to it.
My thing is, it's just like... We have to give and take. We have to give and take. I'm not being funny. If this guy has taken you... Okay, I understand. Okay, maybe did you not see his shoes? That's a bit far.
That's what you... I'll be honest. No, you just made me remember. Hold on.
That's a bit shit. That's
basically what I'm trying to say is stop trying... Like, we've got a lot of excuses for these guys, basically. Like, just stay in your bloody caliber. Like, that's my point.
No, maybe that is a bit far because I'm not being funny. It's like, I'm not... Like, I've also... had some of my friends say like, yeah, I took her on a date and her toes were like, she painted them green. Like, I've heard things like that. I've heard things like that.
Not green. Wait, you know that?
I've heard things like that before. No, I'm not even joking.
Wow, I have to laugh.
I've heard things like that before. So
and they wonder why they go through pressures because you want to pressure us.
When it comes
if there's
to
a little
parents,
chip on their toe, I even remember one time I was watching something and the guy was looking down on the girl's toe. Like he looked at her face, everything was beautiful. He looked down on her toe and he was like. He was gonna say like I like her, but no, actually no, because her toes the white is no longer white, it's now cream. Like how did you even know that it was white in the first place? The girl literally just tucked her toes away. Like see, guys are they're very specific. You guys are specific, but then you want to come and ask why is it so hard for y'all? Because you guys are specific. Some, not all of you guys. Some of you guys can be very particular with girls, so we're just particular with the guys. It's just how life goes.
I know, I get it.
Your preference.
But I still feel like, you know...
And stay in your caliber.
The pressure's...
pressure's there, but stay in your caliber. If that girl's pressuring you, now go down to she and see if she alright and if she... You know, do you know what I mean? Yeah, no, stop trying to run down she with the big bum that wants to be living up Dubai life because she's...
It's true, because eventually... She's going to leave you, man. Eventually, you will not be able to keep up
You won't. Her. You can't fulfill her for too long.
It's very true.
Your money ain't long enough for her. Not to be funny. It's not even a joke, but literally. Because that's what she's there for. That's what we was talking about earlier on. That's all she's there for. And then after it's not. available, you're just very disposable.
But then I feel like it's vice versa. I feel like the guys who are well off, and do have money to spend, I feel like they should see, like, if this girl's kind of expecting, like, whether they can afford it or not, they should speak up too. You never hear of a guy kind of see, like,
saying,
do you know what I mean? You can kind of tell when and you can kind of tell, especially as a well-to-do person, you can kind of tell when someone hasn't seen money before. You can tell. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Some people.
So yeah, no, you can. You can tell when someone hasn't seen money before. So it's like those guys that are well-to-do, that are going for the girls that's like, Prada me, Tiffany me, Gucci me, Pandora, blah, 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 blah. They should speak too.
No,
do you know what I mean?
I get you. Speak up.
They should speak up too.
Or just forever hold your peace.
Well, it's one of the two.
No,
but hold your peace and be depressed. Or do you know what I mean? And then you know what? I was thinking about it as well. Another thing, well, it's not really men in the UK, but I feel like it's men in general. When it comes to their emotions, it's very hard for them. Because it's like, you have a man, that will express his emotions, and girls will look like, what? He's soft, bro, like, he cries, allow it.
I just think that's stupid, though.
Yeah, but then
I get you.
You know what I mean?
Like, girls like that.
It's very silly, but you have men like that, and you have girls like that is like, oh, he cried, allow it, he can never talk to me again.
So what is he, an iRobot?
But that's what...
No.
This is what girls want.
See, that's
a girl
the difference
wants a man
some females
won't show emotions. Well, not all girls, but a lot of these girls, my man can never cry. My man needs to do this, do that, So you want a man that makes money, that don't show emotions, but he don't show his emotions, but you want him to show his emotions when it comes to you.
Clearly.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think that's ridiculous.
You don't communicate with me, but when it comes to communicating about life, you don't want to hear it, because if he cries, he's soft. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like, I do feel sorry for them.
That's ridiculous, though. Come on, when it comes to I don't want a man that cries. That's just ridiculous.
No,
that's
but you'd be surprised.
Well, what are you dating a rock?
You'd be surprised. Like, I feel sorry for them. I do.
But I feel sorry for y'all. But like I said, the best way I can say to the person that requested that as well is just stay in your caliber. What would you say, really? Now, what is your?
It's true.
Overall...
Don't ever pretend to be what you're not.
That's the main
and
thing.
If any girl is forcing you to be something that you know you're not, then she have to get that shway.
No, honestly, because you guys have to be true to yourself sometimes. I feel like you guys are not true to yourself. That's why you get in this type of, these type of scenarios. You know what I mean? You guys are you're not true to yourself. You're showing off a whole different lifestyle, and then you can't keep it up for too long.
I'm not being funny. I'm not being funny.
Just be yourself.
My young kings, and even the old ones, I feel like if someone doesn't like you for you, then
you guys
just done it there.
Yeah, literally,
just done it there. That's how I feel.
You will grow to understand. Literally, if they don't like you for you, then literally leave it there.
And it's
not gonna go well.
And this is how this is kind of why I kind of like the older generation, because they're very well, boy, if she don't like me, that's her business.
Yeah, they're so laid back. It's just
that's what I love about them. There will be
another person.
I love about them.
Because
I love it.
I feel like they got the understanding.
They do.
Younger generation.
They're so tuned in. That older generation, they're just boy,
it is what
I told her what it is.
Yeah.
She says she wants me to do this. I'm not doing it, so that's her business. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I just find another girl that's calm with it. This our generation. Even and the younger ones.
There's some young guys like that too. Because
it is. No, it's true. I'm not saying there's not, but I'm telling you, majority of that older generation, they're just very boy, if you don't like it, that's your business. And I feel like if everybody had that mentality, everybody will be so much happier. Like I said before. Yeah. People will be so much happier.
No, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Gonna be hard because I know if it was all the same, then it'd be a bit boring.
I'm not pretending for no one. I'm so sorry.
Just be yourself.
That's me.
Just be.
If you don't like me, don't bite me.
No, honestly,
literally,
that's the best advice, guys. Be yourself. Don't be somebody you're not, because it's not gonna end well. Trust me. It's not. And stay in your caliber. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, it's true.
But girls, I'm not telling you to settle. Okay. So yeah.
I mean, you don't have to settle.
That's another thing.
It's don't
stay in your lane,
but
don't settle, but don't think too far.
Don't think too far.
Don't make that go away. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, but no, honestly, don't make that go away.
It's been a wrap.
Love you guys. See you
later,
soon.
guys. Bye.